Okay, so I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I'll link to it in the description below. I made a big batch earlier on today, and now I'm going to show you how I make individual fragrances. So this is the big batch, and like I said, I'll leave the link to this video down in the comments, not in the comments, in the description, so you guys can see how I make it. And hopefully you guys will give it a try of your own. So I'm going to use the same bowl that I used earlier to make my base, which is why it still has a little bit of debris in it, but it's fine because it's all from the same batch. So I'm going to tear out my scale, and I'm going to add 12.3 ounces into this container so I can separate it. Now this batch already has, of course, all the ingredients. It also has the preservative in it, and I use Optifin. So basically all I'm going to have to do for this is to add my fragrance oil, add my essential oils. Then I split that up even further and add my colorants to the individuals, which you'll see when I get finished with this. Perfect. And then I just like to cover it up just to keep anything, debris, whatever, out of the scrub. So now that that's done, I can get rid of this. And I am going to be making blackened amethyst first. Okay, so I'm looking for the blackened amethyst. And with this amount, I am going to add 12 milliliters of fragrance, which is 4 of these. Actually, I lied. I use 9 milliliters of fragrance. And then I just give it a quick mix, which once again, I probably should have used the whisk because I have to whisk it anyway. That's quite all right. And yes, a little bit of the sugar will dissolve, but it's nothing that's going to affect the texture too much. And how about adding those essential oils in there? That might help, right? For this, I'm using orange essential oil. And I add about 10 to 15 drops. And next, I'm using frankincense essential oil. And the same thing, about 10 to 15 drops. And these are skin-safe essential oils. And they smell absolutely amazing. They have so many different benefits and properties to them. And I absolutely love using essential oils just to enhance the fragrance oil that I use. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a quick whisk. Now, when you're whisking, you want to make sure that you don't whisk it too much because it'll start to deflate on you. I haven't had that problem, but I've seen it happen before, and I definitely don't want to mess up the consistency and the texture of the scrub. So now that that's whisked away, I'm going to go get my jars. Not my jars, my containers. And these have already been sanitized, so I don't have to measure it. I just eyeball it. And just try to get it as even as possible. because it doesn't matter. It's the same fragrance. It's just going to have different colors. And if you wanted to just add the fragrance and put it into your jars or your containers, that's fine too. But I just love the colors of everything, and I use mica powder to color my products. I just want to make sure that I'm getting all of it out as much as possible anyway. And it sucks when it's stuck on the back of spatula. I'm actually going to use another spatula to... It's a very messy process, but it's fine. I don't mind it too much. And you guys, you can make this any fragrance that you want. You can add any other additives to it. Because it's not... I'm not adding water into it. You don't necessarily need a preservative, but because it's going to be in the shower or around water, I like to add preservative in it so that you don't get any mildew or any type of unwanted bacterial growth inside of them. So I am going to add purple for the amethyst part. And I'm going to add black for the blackened part of the blackened amethyst. And it's not black, which I think I grabbed the wrong one. Let's see if I can find... Yeah. Whoops. There you go. Blackened amethyst. Not gray amethyst. Okay. So let me get this bowl out of the way. And now we mix yet again. Oh, I wanted to add, I always like to add glitter. I love glitter. If you haven't noticed by now, anything sparkly or purple, I'm here for it. So I'm gonna add some cosmetic grade glitter into the mix. And you won't see it too much, but you'll see it just a little bit. And if you don't know, fun fact, I actually wanted to paint the walls of my house, and I added glitter into the paint. So now, like when the light hits it, you can see hints of glitter in the paint, which is absolutely awesome because it just makes me smile when I see it. So I am a big fan of glitter, and purple. So now I am going to make my little body scrub burritos that that's what I call them. I don't know why, I just call them that. But basically I take this press and seal, take a good amount of it out. Make sure that the sticky side is up, facing you. It's very important. And then I'm just going to add my colors in rows. This depends on however you want to do it. I just prefer to do it this way. I make 4 rows with alternating colors. Also, when you're doing this, try to make sure to not because that's going to leave a crazy air bubble. Just smooth it out a little bit so that you don't get any air bubbles, because it can definitely mess up your design, and you don't want that. You work so hard, you want to see this beautiful swirl come out, so definitely make sure that you get any possible air bubbles. You might not get them all, but it's good to at least try to get a lot of them out. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's a little loose, a little bit too much for my liking. So I am going to probably pop this in the fridge or freezer. Probably can put it in the freezer because this will fit just for a little bit, just so it can firm up while I prepare, while I get my jars out. Don't want to leave it in too long. If you do, it's going to freeze and then you're going to have a mess on your hands. Definitely don't want that. It's not fun when you're trying to pipe it because it's not going to want to come out because it's frozen in there, and then you're going to have a big mess, which is never fun. So just only maybe a couple minutes, maybe one to 2 minutes. That's it. And this fragrance smells so good. It's soft, floral, and then the orange just like brightens it up. It is amazing. I love, love, love this fragrance. It's definitely one of, now that I've started making them, definitely one of my top fragrances because it just smells so good. And it's not overpowering, like it's a soft and subtle fragrance, which I like a lot, especially for the springtime. Like it's a perfect spring fragrance, in my opinion. But hopefully you'll be able to try these and you can test it out for yourself and let me know what you guys think. All right, so once that's done, you got your body scrubs in there. You want to take it and kind of like shake it a little bit just to get everything to mold together. And then you're going to try to get the edges, I don't know if you can see that, the edge as close to the scrub as possible on both sides and match it up. And then follow that line. This is really, it's really soft. Really, really soft, which is not typical. Usually they're a little harder. Anyway, now I just wrap it around, tie up one side, tie up the other side, and I'm going to go ahead and pop this bad boy in the freezer. So while that is in the freezer, I'm going to go ahead, I have my jars here. I'm going to get out my piping bag. And I would like to use like a tip or something, but I found that it is much harder to clean the tip. So I'll just take it, cut a little piece off. And you want to make sure that it's not too small so that you're going to have a hard time pushing the scrub out. You want to make sure that it's like a good amount. Maybe looks like about 3/4 of an inch. And it just makes life so much easier when you're trying to pipe everything, because if you don't cut it enough, then you're going to have a very, very hard time trying to squeeze the body scrub out of that. So I'm going to go ahead and take out the scrub. Like I said, you don't want to leave this in there too long. It's already firmed up quite a bit. So we're going to look at it, and you're going to look, okay, so this side is almost done. So that's the side I'm going to cut. And just take your scissors, cut it a little bit, and then put the cut side down into the piping bag. And then take it, try to squeeze as much down as possible without it coming out the bottom. And twist. And it's already trying to come out. Now what I do with the excess, because there's quite a lot of it in there, I like to make my little samples. So my samples, they'll go out to any customers that buy a fragrance. I'll try to match the fragrance. Like if they bought something floral, I'll try to add something floral in there with their order. But it's just a good way that I like to introduce customers to different fragrances. I'm trying to put together a set of where you can just buy the sample sizes, and that way you get to experience the different fragrances without having to buy like a whole body scrub. And these are about an ounce. The body scrubs are 4 ounces. So I think like an ounce is like the perfect amount where you can try it, see if you like it or not, and then if you want, you can go ahead and get the larger size. And that is it. I'm gonna go ahead, put the lids on these, save those for another one. I have to tap it down a little bit because I definitely built it up too much. And then these have like little labels that I have. Sorry, I know you can't hear me. These have like little labels that I put on the lid, and then they get attached to a card. So you guys see that if you do order something from me or order a couple of products, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Or I'll just make another video when I have to make some more. So here's little sample sizes.